not to kill us. You know, ultimately God wants us to thrive, not to die. So,
at the circumcision, when the moil shows up, got co-father glasses, do you say I can call another guy?
when he has one co-pilot glasses.
Do you say, hey,
Oh no, I go to oilratings.com and I see what the ratings are, and some of them go 20 years back, so you can link it up with many of the dating sites to see how the performance is tied to the oil. So you can actually oilratings.com. Exactly. Yeah, you know, Belgium in two of the three main areas is working very hard to prevent it, but what they're saying is you have to be a doctor to do this. That the oils, the non-medical professionals who, in many cases, are much better at doing this than doctors. Doctors who really don't want to do this. There's a big controversy happening now around circumcision in Belgium. So
I love my circumcision. I love my circumcision. I think it's fantastic.
You only get as you should.
Because you have any complications. A low percentage.
2.6%.
There are some. I have some complications. Someone put in the chat. Wow, I love how you were talking. And someone in the chat put on in the chat to avoid even the low percentage of complications is just avoid the procedure. I mean, I love driving, except for unfortunately,
You get into your car, yeah, you get into your car, because there's a very low likelihood that you can, in any given car,
it's funny you mention that. I almost was killed in a car accident. Some woman decided to drive his car. Some woman decided to change lanes and hit me head on. Yeah, I agree. I'm not talking about the circumcision is a life or death procedure. It's funny how you're so biased that.
I'm not so biased. I'm just saying, to use the argument of 0.2 to 0.6, we should not do it.
I didn't think.
To be clear,
somebody else did.
To be clear, right? The 0.2 to 0.4, right, is referring to like medical complications are going to cause like dysfunction, right? I'm not talking about just. I'll give you an anecdotal example for myself, right? I'm circumcised, and I'm not happy with that, and the reason being is that when I engage in sexual relations with women, my wife, it takes me a very long time to climax, and an uncomfortably long time, because I don't have as much sensitivity there, and I suspect that it is because of the fact that I'm circumcised, so the gland is always rubbing against the interior of clothing or boxers, whatever it may be. And that is a known effect of circumcision. In fact, when you look at somebody like Kellogg, who was a big proponent, Kellogg cereal, right, of circumcision, it was because of the fact that it would reduce sensitivity, and he thought it would make kids like masturbate less, which is like a ridiculous fact. It's true though, you could look it up. And so from my perspective, it is something I'm upset about. It's not like I medically compromised in the sense that I can't have sex, but I know that perhaps I wouldn't, have this way of functioning if it wasn't for that, And that's not being captured in the 0.2 to 0.4%.
Well, first of all, the 0.2 to 0.6% is just complications, which are minor bleeding, local infection, removal of too little or too much adhesions. Serious complications is 0.1%.
Yeah, I mean, but again, I'm talking about essential reduction, right? Not just like medical complications in terms of things requiring you to go to a hospital.
Well, I'm sorry to hear of your personal issues.
Oh, yeah, I mean, again, I appreciate it. I mean, it's not like...
Is there a product we could develop around that you can wear while you're wearing your boxers, wherever it's rubbing, and like some cloth product like that? Circumcised saver. Yeah, tick sleeves. There has to be a marketplace here. We do have cock 340 million people. Let's say 49% are men. This is a huge untapped marketplace.
They do sell cock sleeves. They do sell them. Yeah, there's a cock.
We're not doing a good job marketing because I did not know about that.
No,
great.
James is talking about something totally different. James, cut your shit.
No, actually, it's a legit product. It's for cycling. And,
Oh, wait, really?
yeah, they do sell constantly to wear when you're wearing a cycling kit.
No, was that because the seats are so painful?
The running, the chasing.
Oh, you know, my cycling shorts used to have built-in, like, extra protection.
So hang on, the chamois protects your per diem area, not your cock and balls. You understand that, right? So when you wear a bib or a cycling short, you actually hike up your temperature in your unit, and you move to the left or to the right, depending on how you address it.
I'm a leftist.
And so there you go. So it has nothing to do with your seating. You don't sit on your nuts and big cock, right? So yeah.
That's why,
Do you think, like, we could have colorful products? Like, we have not just
And
black.
mandates for the nipples and colors as well. Mandates for the nipples.
You could get the Red Hot Chili Peppers to be the advertisers for the sleeve.
Oh, how the conversation has evolved. That's fun.
If you weren't circumcised, you might have the problem of climaxing too quickly, and that would be even worse for your wife. I'm not a fan of you taking longer.
I think you heard it backwards.
This is usually not the complaint that women have.
I didn't think I heard it backwards.
You get worn out after a while. I've had all my life.
I was telling my wife, there's no such thing as too quick. I was right on time.
Yeah, for you.
You gotta speed it up. You gotta get to where you're going. I'm getting there.
Some women do get worn out, so they can't be as comfortable.
Okay, let's move the conversation along.
What's really strange to me about this topic, which I don't generally find it interesting to talk about, but
Which the one we're talking about, or the topic of the room?
the one we're talking about is I will go to almost any gay pride event. If you go there, they will have a whole area which is a gauntlet of leftist causes because they consider gay people to be easy marks for their social justice. And inevitably there will be one of a table of like senior citizen age men who are like, stop mutilating our babies. This is their highest order social cause. And I'm somebody who studied cults for over 20 years, and they very much have all the telltale signs of being in a cult.
The gays or the guys at the table?
The gays who are there promoting and the practice of circumcision.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing. And it's very odd because, like, the real simple answer is just most men will do to baby boys what was done to them. So if they're cut, they'll cut the baby. If they're not, they won't. That's usually how it works. And it's always, the decision of the father almost always. But these people, like, I always go up and sort of troll them, and I tell them how my bris was the social event of the season, and 150 people were there, and it was a celebration of an occasion. But yet, I still do struggle with this question myself. I don't have any kids, and I never will. But if I did, I don't know that I would do it to a baby boy. And also as an appreciator of the male form, like, I'm an equal opportunity appreciator. I like both cut and uncut. It doesn't really make a difference to me. They're both uniquely special and beautiful in their own way. But anyway, the whole point of me on miking right now is these people are in a cult, but I can't really figure out what the nexus of it is. I'm sure there's like a sprinkling of anti-Semitism involved, but
You're talking
something
about
else.
the anti-circumcision people are a cult?
The anti-circumcision people specifically who are senior citizen age gay men who set up booths.
Are they still reproducing?
That's a very niche group of people. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
No, JCC, it's like a serious concern with Iceland and places like that.
I mean, I am I am in particular fascinated with people who are, on the fringe of the human experience.
Well, I can tell you what called JCC is available.
Oh! I love how I'm the target of controversy. I love that, yeah. Bring it on, man, with no
you
name.
came back at the right time.
No name, what's up, dude? What cult am I a part of?
Well, that was an offer price a month ago, apparently.
I can't
I
understand
can
you.
barely hear you.
Yeah, you're muffled, dude.
You're in the car?
I definitely don't think that the handful of people who are anti-circumcision in the United States has anything to do with people being anti-Semitic, since so many people are circumcised in the United States. They're just talking about thinking that their neighbor shouldn't be circumcised.
Yeah, just
Wait,
Can I finish this
hold on, wait. I thought we were moving on.
We are moving on. Hold on a second. Adam, I know that voice. How have you been? I have not talked to you in, God, over a year. How is life? Is everything good for you?
Life is very good. Enjoying life. How are you?
Good, man. I'm glad to see you back. I have missed conversations without you.
It's good to see you too,
You
Mark.
said that wrong, Marshall.
Yeah,
you missed conversation.
conversation without you. That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
Good. It wasn't just my brain. I was right.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, and if we're moving on, great, but I also want to just litmus check this last open mic, which was, you just heard about this specific group right now as I was speaking before, and you already have an opinion about what their motivations are to take sustenance.
He thinks pretty quickly. He goes
Well,
from
no,
zero to 100.
I'm saying that there are lots of people who are, well, not lots of people, but there are other people who are anti-circumcision. My wife is anti-circumcision, for instance.
Okay,
it has nothing to do with the Jewish people.
This is about this specific hyper niche group of people. Yeah, anyway.
That's a weird group that you're calling a cult.
There's sort of like, there are telltale signs that there is like authority going on. It's sort of like a glassy-eyed deference to some ideal that is like impossible to understand to an outsider. A very specific kind of groupthink that is existential in nature when it shouldn't be. It's sort of like, to me in my mind, it's like what they say about pornography. It's hard to define, but when you see it, I digress.
Hey, let's back up and talk why people study cults and stuff. Let's try something.
I've always been interested in the idea that there are powerful mental drivers and motivators that can sort of make people override their own internal sense of critical thinking and things like that. Like, I think of cults in the same way as I think of addiction.
Were you raised in a cult? That tends to be
No.
impetus for this interest. My wife was also very interested in that, but she was like homeschooled by an ultra-religious group of people, which is why she's so interested.
Not at all. I was just like, like mainstream reform Judaism and like light and that.
That tracks with being anti-circumcision.
Oh, I'm not. Dude,
No. I'm mainstream white reform Judaism. It's not trying to get all extreme religious cult that ISIS does.
Yeah, I'm anti-Jaffa. It's as simple as that.
Raising your children is, we should leave that up to parents, generally speaking. You don't have to like everything that people do with their kids, but I generally lean on, let people do whatever they want to do with their
There's
kids.
some things where parents do that are detrimental to their children. Like just recently, I was shocked. I think it was less than 10. I want to say this kid was 5 years old, weighing around 250 fucking pounds, and subsequently died of heart failure. And the parents got arrested for young. So, if and when that kind of treatment of a child is known, that's when the state needs to get involved with the preservation of the wealth and health and well-being of that child. So no, it should not be left up to parents.
Well, yeah, I didn't say that as a rule always. I said that you should err on the side of leaving things up to parents. For instance, I think the Amish practice of only educating your kids up to 8th grade is clearly detrimental to children. It deprives them of the choice to be able to leave Amish society because they're so undereducated that they can't function in the broader society. So their decision is basically forced upon them to stay within the group or face extreme poverty, right? Because our society does not provide for people with that level of education, right? But I'm not out here trying to force Amish people to educate their kids. I don't really care about Amish people. So therefore, they should be allowed to kind of do what they want because it's not really impacting me. I think it's negative. I would not want my children to be raised that way, but I'm not going to stop them.
Well, does it put in a stronger overriding principle that they don't care if you take away those safeguards, which is what made America America, then you're very interested in the science a lot. I mean, obviously, if you're feeding your kid something that's going to kill them, that's extremely different than how you're